Hello, this is a video that I'm making about a road trip I took back in December of 2024. 12 days, 8 states, 3,200 miles, 6 cameras. This was something I'd wanted to try for a while. I've been inspired by YouTube. I've been inspired by my own interest recently in film photography, and I wanted to just advance my creativity, explore a little bit with no real deadline, and this was a chance to really do that. Just realized that I haven't told you what cameras I actually brought. This is the Canon AE-1. This is the Nikon N50. This is an Olympic Stylus Epic. This is a Sony Cybershot. I used a Canon Rebel T5 DSLR camera. And this, the Canon F1. This would be the bane of my existence.
Meanwhile, this is my setup. Luggage, cameras, 2 cameras in there, film, Cheez-Its, camera, digital camera, and me.
The trip started in Las Vegas, where I live, then Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, down through Kansas to Oklahoma, and then from there, west through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and back home to Las Vegas. I started on a Wednesday. It was gray. Stop number 1, the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. These are the first shots. I kind of felt nervous, like I didn't really know what I was doing, like I was trying to get away with something, like I had to be sneaky, like everybody was wondering what the hell I was doing this for. My goal was about 500 miles a day. I'd researched places to stop along the drive to take some pictures, and as you'll see, some of them were busts, some of them weren't. First stop, Farragut State Park. These black and white pictures are with my Canon AE-1, and I was using Kodak T-Max 400. I pushed, I think, all of the black and white pictures one stop, and they're okay. It's the start of the trip. Lunch in Caliente. Now, I used a bunch of cameras here. It's an historic, funky little small town. I love this Carl's Burgers building. I've taken pictures of it many, many times. And the drive rolled on. I went up through Pioche. I wanted to spend a little more time there. I've been there before as well, but I was kind of racing against the sun. It was going to get dark, so I kept on going. The emptiness of the Great Basin.
It's unbelievably quiet here.
Eventually, darkness in Utah. Park City. Day 2 was sunny and beautiful, so I immediately got up and I drove to the Jordanelle Reservoir. Not far away, the small town of Camas. One of the goals of this trip was seeing small, quiet towns, and that's what I found here. I tried to get a good picture of this cafe. Then it was a stop in Heber City. I'd heard about a train that went through here, the Heber Valley Railroad, and I found it. Day 3, Park City, all the way to Denver. At the start, it snowed a little, so I found this off I-90. It's the Echo Reservoir. And it's also where I started to cover my film shots with digital ones, just in case I screw up. The miles wore on. Evanston, Wyoming. A truck stop. Green River, Wyoming. I used ChatGPT to help plan the trip. I gave some parameters and I said, give me some places to stop and take pictures, some abandoned buildings, things along those lines. And this is what it kind of guided me towards. Point of Rocks, Wyoming, a tiny spot off the freeway. Everything is left behind. At this point, I was hustling to get to Denver before dark, but I did want to make one more stop. I headed for Medicine Bow, Wyoming, which is an historic hotel. And then I headed for Denver. My sister lives in Denver with her husband and son, and while my brother-in-law was out of town, the three of us kind of hopscotched around the city. Denver was great. Honestly, I could live there. It reminds me of Seattle without the rain and the water. But after 2 full days, it was time to keep going. Day 6.
Hello from inside my rental car. It's way too windy out there. I'm in the middle of pretty much nowhere, eastern Colorado, heading to Hays, Kansas, and this is kind of where the road trip really begins. I've never been to all of the places from here on in. Let's hit the road.
For the rest of the trip, I wanted to stay off the freeways as much as possible, so I ended up here. This is Hugo, Colorado. Then the Google Maps told me to take a left, and so I did, and it was dirt for the next 30 miles. Dirt, windmills, and cows. But it was peaceful. The small towns stretched on and on. It was here I took some of my favorite pictures. This is Seabert, Colorado. I saw these colorful buildings from the road, so I stopped. I was afraid to take pictures of these people walking by, so I kind of snapped this discreetly. I didn't know at the time the F1 would betray me. Still, I love these pictures. This is from Brewster, Kansas. Hays, Kansas, it was dark when I arrived there. I didn't really rest for long though because I really wanted to try night photography. It was strange dragging a small tripod and my camera through town. I felt like an outsider, because I was. Day 7.
Good morning from Hays, Kansas. The journey continues today. I'm going to Oklahoma City. Hays, it's kind of nice actually. Small, a lot of brick, a lot of old buildings, a lot of farming, which would make sense. Let's hit the road.
More small towns. It was cloudy, so I shot more black and white. I used Ilford HP5, I pushed that one stop as well.
Kinsley, Kansas. Hello. This is Oklahoma. Whole lot of nothing. Somewhere along the way, I got pulled over by a cop. I was going a little bit fast. I apologized to the officer and he took my license and the whole deal. And then he came back and let me off with a warning, which was very kind. And he asked me what I was doing here. And I mentioned I live in Las Vegas. And I told him I was on a road trip. He said, "Why are you out here? There's not much to see out here." And I told him that was kind of the point. I slowed down after that.
Oklahoma City, and I was eager to explore downtown. I'd seen other photographers go on trips to Oklahoma City, and they talked about this underground neon tunnel system. After a little unpacking, I loaded up some Cinestill 800 and I got to work. I only had about an hour or so before the tunnels would close, so I had to hustle. But it was also mostly empty and entirely interesting. The F1 let me down a bit here as well, but I'm happy with some of what I got.
Good morning. I'm in Oklahoma City this morning. It's a little early. Checkout's not for another couple hours. I'm going to take this out, the Canon F1, take some pictures around downtown Oklahoma City. I kind of got my planning a little bit wrong, so I'm actually going east to Tulsa to actually start Route 66.
After a quick roam around daylight Oklahoma City, it was time to actually start the Route 66 journey. First stop, this barn in Arcadia, Oklahoma. This was a quick journey to Tulsa. Route 66 was more crowded than I liked, so I did take a few detours. Eventually, I ended up in Tulsa to see the famous blue whale. And it's pretty strange. That night I was in Tulsa, and it has a bunch of nifty neon signs around downtown. So I, once again, was gonna try to do some night photography. The results were mixed. Day 9.
Hi, this is Tulsa, Oklahoma downtown. It's actually kind of cool. Cute, it's quaint. Every largish city seems to have its own arts district. That's where I am now. Today we finally start heading west. It's a long drive over to Amarillo, Texas, and then New Mexico, Arizona, and then back to Las Vegas. I'm hoping the pictures have been turning out. We'll see. I'm trying to cover myself with some digital ones as well. It's very tranquil, it's very peaceful. It's very interesting to see that when you get out of your cycle of life, you realize that there are other cycles of life taking place, other issues, other things, other families, other lives, and there's a perspective that I think I lose when I'm at home. I think most people do. You get stuck in your own life, and maybe this is shaking some of that off. By the way, this coffee came from, I think, a pot dispensary. Hard to say. On to Amarillo.
First stop, Sapulpa, Oklahoma, which I think I said right. It was my first Route 66 tourist trap. The main street was decorated for the holidays, and it gave me a chance to find some cool retro signs. But soon I was back on the road, and a few detours off Route 66 led me here, an abandoned gas station in Cromwell. I think some of these turned out really well. Kept going west, back through part of Oklahoma City. I was back on freeways because right here, the old Route 66 runs right along I-40. This is Texola. It's a mostly abandoned town. It's extremely cool though. Although once again, the F1 was acting up. Luckily, I covered myself by using my digital camera as well. A police officer happened to drive by while I was out taking pictures, and so we chatted for a second, and he told me about Texola's one-room prison. This is it. From there was into Amarillo. I stayed in this extremely cool hotel. I believe they said it was an old bank that they had turned into a hotel, and they converted it with a speakeasy in the basement. That was nifty. Instead of taking pictures of that though, I used some nighttime film on these neon signs along the main drag. I think some of them turned out well. I especially like how the neon light glowed off of this old theater.
Good morning. I'm in Amarillo, Texas. Just out through those windows is Amarillo, Texas. We're nearing the end of the trip-ish. Yesterday was a lot of driving. It didn't stop too many times. It's very interesting, but very desolate and it was a lot of poverty. We'll see what happens today on the way to Santa Fe.
First stop, Adrian, Texas. It's the halfway point of Route 66. These old gas stations were kind of a staple of the trip. I met a couple from Spain while I was here, and they took these pictures of me. I took some pictures of them as well. They were heading east, and I kept going west. This abandoned gas station's in Glen Rio, Texas. Aside from the F1's light leaks, these are some of my favorite pictures. Across the highway and along the old Route 66, this gas station was turned into a pot shop. Into New Mexico, Tucumnari. More seemingly forgotten America. I made it to Santa Fe, but at this point I was starting to get kind of weary. Day 11. The next morning I woke up, I felt a little invigorated, went to go take some pictures. Santa Fe is a beautiful town. The pictures though, meh. Next stop, Flagstaff, Arizona. But before there, Gallup, New Mexico. It was here Route 66 started to feel off. It's like the town was kind of grasping for a rope, and I was on the other end to try and pull them up in some way as a tourist with pictures. The people were nice, but there was a vague sense of desperation. pushed towards my last night stop. When I got to Flagstaff, I was tired. The hotel was cheap and it was terrible. Exhaustion was setting in.
Hello, it's me from Flagstaff, Arizona, and this is the Walk Up Sky Dome. I almost went to Northern Arizona, and this is on the campus. Today's the final day. Today's the day I finally head back to Las Vegas. You can tell because I'm wearing a hat. I'm kind of at the mode where I'm just ready to go home, quite honestly. I'm kind of pictured out. There'll be some stops along the way at Route 66 stops and some abandoned things. We'll see how much we get to, but hopefully by the late afternoon, I should be back in Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm ready to go home.
I'll admit I was kind of conflicted. Part of me was itching to get home, but another part of me was itching to keep searching for more adventure, more exploration, more pictures.
Kingman, Arizona. After this, it's straight on to Las Vegas. After starting in Oklahoma City, going back to Tulsa, all the way through Amarillo and Flagstaff and everything else, Route 66 ends here for me.
As I approached Las Vegas, I reflected. This was a personal challenge, a long solo road trip, essentially just to take pictures, to see a part of the US I've never really seen. When I got back to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, there was a sense of relief, because this was more than a vacation, this was an adventure. I was reminded of what that police officer in Oklahoma had asked me, what is there to see here? I learned the answer. Everything.